I'm Tim. I'm going into 10th grade at Regis High School, and for my second milestone, I have coded my LEDs to light up rainbow, and I have soldered in the data lines to prevent the data from getting lost along the long chain of LEDs. I also soldered in and sewed in my microphone to the knot of the tie and to the Flora microcontroller at the base, which will measure my voice for my final project. Some challenges I faced while coding the LEDs was that when the tie was hit or moved, they would turn off or change colors randomly because of bad data connections, which is why I had to solder them. For my next milestone video, my final project video, I will have the microphone measure the volume of my voice, and it will be transmitted through the rainbow LEDs. This is the code I use to make the LEDs flash randomly in rainbow. At the top, line 1, hashtag include Adafruit NeoPixel.h puts in the NeoPixel library from which all of the codes are drawn, such as that there are 16 NeoPixels in the strand and that the LED strip is plugged into port D6 on the Flora. This here defines which type of NeoPixel we are using, the Flora version 2 Smart RGB. In the setup, you start the strip with strip.begin, and I set the brightness to 75 out of 255. Then, using a for loop, I made it so that all of the pixels start gold for 5 seconds. I used the for loop so that I did not have to write out strip.setPixelColor and then gold for 16 times. Rather, I could just do the equation to add 1 to x each time. And then strip.show pushes all of the data values onto the LED strip, like updating them. And then for the loop, I defined n as random number from 0 to 16, which is one of the pins, one of the pixels on the strip, r to be a random RGB number for red, g to be a random RGB number for green, and b to be a random RGB number for blue, which is from 0 to 256. All of these are printed to the computer so that I can keep track of which pixel is changing and what it's changing to while it's happening. And that sets to the pixel the random pixel, random red value, random green value, and random blue value every 1/10 of a second. And then the strip.show pushes it to the pixel. That is my code for making the LEDs go randomly rainbow.